No. Sexy Potato has been so successful for so long because we kept it just small enough. Now you're asking me to do a number 3. You're twisting my arm, and I realize I gotta say yes. But I'm telling you, this time, it's gotta be the best one we've ever done. American Hustle.
Welcome to another Sexy Potato. This week, American Hustle. I was late to this movie. I watched it about a year late, but I was surprised as I was watching it to find that there was some really interesting moments that as I was going through it, I had to write them down. And then when I got to 3 of them, I went, okay, it's Sexy Potato time. So here's the first one. This is Irving, so Christian Bale's character. He says this about the relationship that begins to form with Amy Adams' character and how it made him feel. And the reason that I wanted to quote this is because it felt like the relationship that we all want. And I think there's something important to grasp onto about this. So I'm going to read it for you. Here's the quote. I felt like we had a secret, just the 2 of us. You know, like that thing when you just want to be with one person the whole time and you feel like the 2 of you understand something that no one else gets. I could just tell her everything about myself, and I'd never had anybody like that in my life before. It felt like I could finally truly be myself without being ashamed, without being embarrassed. I listened to that and it felt like the best moments in any relationship in my life were the moments that I felt like I could truly be myself without being embarrassed, without being ashamed. And I think that's the relationship that we should all be searching for. And by the way, looking to create for the other person, because sometimes we're very good at talking about the type of relationship we want, but part of creating an environment where you're not embarrassed and not ashamed is to create that environment for the other person first. It's almost like, have you ever had a relationship where the 2 of you could just dance at home together? It might have even been that in a relationship before, someone would have made fun of your dancing or someone would have poked fun at you for trying to do that. But in this relationship, you were able to do that and feel carefree. That to me really is the most special thing about a relationship. And I think it's too often forgotten. We too often just get wrapped up in the passion of something without remembering that feeling that the best relationships in the world are the ones where we can bare our soul to somebody and they can do the same. The second thing is Irving, the same character, Christian Bale's character, talks about how we con ourselves. And listen to this. As far as I could see, people were always conning each other to get what they wanted. We even con ourselves. We talk ourselves into things. You know, we sell ourselves things. When we don't even need or want, you know, we're dressing them up. We leave out the risk. We leave out the ugly truth. That really resonated with me. We're so busy trying not to be conned by everyone else that we actually forget how much we con ourselves the entire time. We con ourselves by telling ourselves that we need stuff we don't really need. We con ourselves by by selling our own excuses to ourselves. You might want to go and talk to that attractive person over there, but you tell yourself that it's bad timing, or that, you know, you're in a rush so you can't do it, or that somehow they're going to say no anyway, and you use your excuse to con yourself into not doing it. You really legitimize those excuses so that they have weight in your mind, enough weight to send you out of that place not talking to that person. It might be something in the fridge that you really want to eat and you con yourself into eating it, even though you know it's bad for you, because you say, well, you know, I'm going to be good tomorrow, or, you know, I was good all day yesterday, so I can be, you know, I can eat this today. We con ourselves into making that situation okay so that we can do it, so that we can justify it. We are conning ourselves all the time, and that's a very dangerous trait that we have as human beings. Is we are actually very good debaters with ourselves. We're very good at winning the argument with ourselves that allows us to take the path of least resistance, or the path that we want to go down that isn't necessarily good for us, that doesn't necessarily help our lives. We have to be wary and pay attention to the moments where we're bullshitting ourselves. Here's the last thing that I heard, and this is in a different vein. This is more in the relationship and dating vein, but there was a line that Amy Adams said to Christian Bale in a time in their relationship where he wasn't investing enough and essentially not giving her 100% in the relationship. There's a moment where she says to him, "You're nothing to me until you're everything." That line might be one of the most important lines we can learn when it comes to how much we should invest in other people and how much we should value them when it comes to choosing our life partner. I coach so many women every week. I mean, I go to a seminar and I have 1,000 women in a room. The most common thing I see is people over-investing in people that aren't giving them enough back. Now, it's not just that they over-invest, it's that they overvalue that person. This person isn't prepared to give them 100%, and yet still they're giving that person 110%. You giving me 50% or 60% isn't what's going to make me happy. And if it's not going to make me happy, then it's as good as being nothing to me. Because actually, people say, well, yeah, but 60% is still 60%. No. Actually, in relationships where you really want someone to be a life partner and they're not playing that role, 60% can end up causing you tremendous pain, sadness, and depression. You're nothing to me until you're everything. Beautiful line. So that's American Hustle. Some really interesting lessons in that movie. Go watch it again with those lessons in mind. Obviously, there's a lot of lessons about what not to do in that movie as well, it's fair to say. But those were some of the really positive ones that I wanted to share with you. I hope you're enjoying the sexy potatoes. Jameson, are you enjoying them? He's loving them. He's loving them. He's loving them because he's a movie maker and we're talking about movies. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Next week's blog. Be there or you're an idiot.
It's not for me to say.
No, you don't understand. Sexy Potatoes has been so successful for so long because we kept it just small enough. Now you're telling me we gotta do a third one. And you're twisting my arm, and I'm telling you, we do this. It's gotta be the best one we've ever done.